All right, let's go. Looks like we're live.
We're live.
What's up, Andropoulos Nation? We're here again today. It's a beautiful, beautiful Friday. And we're here with another Best Ball Mania 4 live stream. And joining me today for draft number 135 is Davis Peng. What's up, Davis?
How you doing today, Josh, man? I'm envious of your air conditioning. We don't have AC here in San Francisco. There's just none. It's hot as hell.
You don't have air conditioning?
What? In half, like 90% of San Francisco does not have AC. Like,
what?
We don't do it. Being green, and all that stuff. They just don't do it. It's not as hot as anywhere else, but we're like really big babies when it gets to like 90 degrees. I start crying.
Well, what's the temperature today?
I think it's only gonna be like 85.
But
it's like we have great weather out here, but we get really whiny really fast.
So there's just no like cooling system in your home.
Well,
so you just cook. You just cook in there.
Yeah, we just cook in there and have fans. That's all we do. It's only in August though, so but
only in August. Okay. I'm not too familiar with the San Francisco weather. I know how it is in like LA and San Diego, which is like beautiful all the time. It gets hotter in San Francisco.
It's probably closer to San Diego weather. Okay. Far from LA. LA is hot. Like LA is actually hot, but it's like San Diego. Like there's really no change. Everything's fine. Yeah. Like 95% of the year, and then this 2 weeks of August, like we're always like moaning and crying about everything. Like, oh my god, it's 92. East Bay is hot though. East Bay is like perpetually like 105 to 110.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and then they get AC though, so don't feel like it's okay. But San Francisco itself does not, so it kind of sucks.
Okay. Well, that's enough to talk about California weather. Let's because you guys make me jealous about all that weather. It's we get the 4 seasons here. It gets so cold, so hot here, but it's all right. Quick question before we dive into a Best Ball Mania 4 draft. I know we had a little bit of a back and forth on Twitter, just kind of about like high level like game theory about Best Ball Mania. I'm curious, what are like some of the key principles that are top of mind for you when you are drafting a Best Ball Mania 14?
I enjoyed our back and forth because the way you were thinking was the same way I was thinking the last 2 years of like, I'm just going to draft my tiers. I'm going to get my best guys, and best guys should prevail. And it works. Like I have a great advance rate. I think me and you are over that 35% marker, like going into the 40s. Well, it really helps because all your 17 points combine, 17 weeks worth of points will combine to a good score, right? Like if Josh Jacobs has 15 good weeks and 2 bad ones, it's like I got 15 great weeks, right? Yep. But I think timing, the key principle is knowing that like if we look at it from a results side of this is what happened, doesn't always like it just doesn't mean that it technically works either.
Right.
Like everyone talks about like landing a parlay. Like landing the parlay is the hardest part about best ball. So I do try to think that both sides have a really good point. Like week 17 is just narrowing your ranges. I think that's like the best key principle. Like all you're trying to do is narrow your odds of getting things wrong, right? Not necessarily getting things right. If anyone tells you that week 17 by itself, like maxing it out is going to have the highest point possible, then they're wrong, because I could find 8 guys that score that week that are outperforming week 17 easily. We can all point that out, but I think figuring out which 8 games, 8 teams, 8 separate players is like way tougher than just saying I think Minnesota Vikings are going to be scoring high this year, right? I think that's like a key principle for me. Like I figure like that makes more sense for me to be able to project versus I think Treylon Burks is good this week. I think Christian Watson's good this week. And I think Mechie's going to be good this week. Like, how weird that, like, how hard that sounds when you're like pointing. I think that's one of those things that is a key principle. Because we're all smart in the best ball space and fantasy space. We know more points wins, right? And then redraft, you can have a hodgepodge and score 200 points, right? But I think doing this in August, July, April, and so on is like, like we gotta think, it's almost been drafted since February, right? Like I'm wrong already. That's how I look at it, right? So that's why I know me and you had a back and forth about, but like it's just because like I thought the same thing too for a while, and I was like getting eliminated like week 15. I was like, oh, this sucks.
Yeah.
was only using 16 is because I was parlaying 3 separate weeks, which was like super tough to do. But I do agree though that like your 7 to 8 guys in wide receiver should balance it out. Your 4 to 5, 6 guys running back should balance it out. But like I had a bad week in quarterback. Like I was given an example of like a Jalen Hurts Ryan Tannehill combo last year. Think about like when Jalen Hurts went on bye week, like Ryan Tannehill only got you 8 points, and then you're just done. You lost. Like
yeah. That's pretty rough. That's pretty rough. Okay. I mean, that's interesting that you brought up like projecting like offenses, because that's kind of like what I've been like leaning like very heavily into this offseason. I've been doing some work with Chosen at Faro Analytics, and he basically built like this entire NFL season long projections for points. So let's go ahead and do 2 things real quick. Let's go ahead and jump into a draft room so we can get in the queue. And then while we're doing that, let's I'm going to send over the projections to you, and we can just kind of react together to some of the different teams that are projected to be high scoring. So this is the sheet. Let me share this with you. You want to go ahead and type your email into the chat real quick? Let me pull this up screen.
No, I think I've seen him as his Faro Analytics, and I was like, okay, like this makes way more sense. I think combining the 2 is a smart way to play. We know scoring highest wins, and I just think that guessing who's the highest per player per week, man, that's a rough one. Like right now, I think I'm like eating a lot of crow if we're not drafting a lot of like Romeo Dubs right now. I'm like, oh, like this is one of those like situations where Dubs could be good and I'm wrong. Drafting a lot of Packers is going to work, right? Or drafting a lot of, Vikings, or drafting a lot of like Chargers and etc. It's probably going to work out for people. Until it doesn't, obviously.
But okay. No, I mean, I agree. I think so. I would just ignore kind of the players on the right hand side for now, because that's very intuition based and kind of based off of like my model's outputs. But do any of these teams at the top, let's say the top 12, any of these teams jump out to you? You're on mute. Davis, you're on mute.
Oh, am I?
You're good now.
My internet went. Yeah. Sorry, I think my internet was just being slow. Yeah, because I can't even upload my email right now. So I was saying that I think the Packers were a little high for me on this one.
Okay.
I think the Colts are a little high
That
for
was a
me.
little bit of a shock to me.
But the rest of it, maybe the Titans to an extent, because I have no idea what the Titans are doing this year with Treylon, just because of Treylon being out for a little while, it kind of scares me. I love Tannehill as a Dolphins fan, but I know he has limitations. But like the rest, I think make a lot of sense, right? Like I think people have a lot of these teams projected way under than they should. Like I see that.
Agreed.
Let me see. I see like you have the Rams at like about middle. I see people really having the Rams like just being bad. It's just Cooper Kupp season. And I'm like, dude, like they have the right quarterback. Makes a lot
they
of
do.
sense.
Yeah,
So
Stafford.
I think Niners actually should be a little bit lower when you think about what they can do. There's a chance that like Purdy like pumpkins it.
Yeah. There's a very real chance.
They might just grind out the ball, right? Like they might just grind the ball on the ground, and you could lose all your wide receivers and even Kittle.
I agree. I'm very scared of the Niners outside of Christian McCaffrey, but I have like very little Debo. I don't have much Kittle either. Okay. Oh wow. All right, so we're up on the clock in the 12 spot. This is a interesting spot to be in. Davis's screen is went a little bit dead for a second, but okay, looks like we lost Davis. So I'm gonna click on AJ Brown here, just because AJ Brown feels pretty good to draft in this spot. out of the 12. And then we could go CD or Amon-Ra here. Let's see. Maybe since it is the NFC East, we could just go both CD Lamb and AJ Brown. I think that would feel pretty good. I do like Amon-Ra a lot, but I think I want to go AJ Brown, CD Lamb. That probably would feel the best, just because I feel like the CD Lamb, Amon-Ra, St. Brown duo has been done a ton of times. So we're going to go ahead and grab the AJ Brown, CD Lamb, and hopefully Davis joins us, rejoins us relatively soon. All right, looks like Davis is back.
It is being really wonky right now.
What up, Davis? So we lost you. So went ahead and just took the 2 top guys on the board, AJ Brown, CD Lamb. I have not built a team with an AJ Brown, CD Lamb start.
I don't think I downloaded anything.
So we're starting off AJ Brown, CD Lamb. How do you feel about that start, Davis? Can you hear me, Davis? Hello? All right, well, we're just going to keep rocking with it. AJ Brown, CD Lamb to start the draft. And we've got our 2 elite wide receivers. And then we're probably going to want to focus back on the running back position. How do you feel about that, Davis? All right, we're having some technical difficulties, guys, but that's okay. We're still going to draft a absolutely phenomenal team because we started off with AJ Brown, CD Lamb. Like, how can you go wrong starting off with those 2? Opens us up to some Dak Prescott stacks, some Eagles stacks. We could even throw in some Cardinals players in the back end as well, some Detroit players. Jahmyr Gibbs falls to us. We could tap on him. Hopefully Jahmyr Gibbs falls to us. That'd be pretty nice. What up, Davis?
Hey, man, I think my internet is just being shoddy right now. This is going to be rough. Sorry, dude.
That's all right. That's all right. Well, we started off the draft, AJ Brown, CD Lamb. How do you feel about that?
That works for me. I wish I had a team like that right now, honestly. That's like pretty lucked out.
Yeah, AJ Brown, CD Lamb both feel very, very nice this year. I'm excited for both of those players this year. Happy that we got them. But okay, so we have our 2 elite wide receivers. What's your theory about the next sort of range of players? Anyone that you're particularly targeting?
All right, I think I'm good on my side now. Let me swap it over. Should be good.
Let's see, we're 8 picks away. Oh, there we go. We back, Davis?
There we go. Okay, cool. I think we're finally set.
Let's go.
Correct.
Let's go.
I don't know what it is. My internet just spiked up a little bit. But I think
all right.
So I've been doing a lot of like 3 wide receiver RB builds. We're in the butt end, so I feel like we have a lot of flexibility.
We do have a lot of flexibility here. So I think if Jahmyr Gibbs falls to us, like that's a must click.
Gibbs isn't my highest, but I do think you can grab him in these type of when you're in this high up on wide receiver. Like you're so far ahead right now, in my opinion, compared to a lot of other teams that I would grab Gibbs and maybe like Keenan Allen or Gibbs. And I used to take a lot of Najee here, but there's no reason to take him at this point with kind of getting able to get Jalen Warren later.
Yeah, exactly. I do like that. Looks like Jahmyr Gibbs and Keenan Allen both went off the board.
Okay.
Wouldn't hate Josh Jacobs here in this spot. If Josh Jacobs falls to 3-12, that would feel pretty good. Okay, Josh Jacobs goes. Looks like we're having some difficulties with Davis again. We could go like a Ramondre, DJ Moore sort of build, or Ramondre Christian Watson. Okay, Ramondre gets taken. DJ Moore is here. Maybe we could do like a DJ Moore, Justin Fields sort of build. and just push the running backs down the board even further. Because I am a big Justin Fields fan this year, and tapping both of them here would feel pretty nice. And then we could get the running backs a little bit later. I think that's how I'm going to want to play this, because I have DJ Moore pretty high in my rank. He's actually the highest wide receiver that I have remaining. And then Justin Fields gives us that elite quarterback that we are always looking to grab. So we're going to go ahead and grab those two. Justin Fields, essentially a running back in the quarterback position. I love it. Davis mentioned going a running back, so we're going to go ahead and grab Justin Fields, basically our running back quarterback duo. And then we're going to look to grab some of the running backs later. I think we're going to have 60, 61. If Kenneth Walker falls to us, that would be our ideal pick. If Kenneth Walker does not fall to us, we could go like a Dameon Pierce. Dameon Pierce feels like a pretty safe play in that range. Could even go for 60, 61 is an interesting spot to be in. I think Kenneth Walker and Dameon Pierce are the only two guys that I'd want in that range. If neither of them make it, we could also look at like a Dobbins. Don't love Dobbins, but he could give us some nice spike weeks in the Baltimore Ravens offense that should be pretty solid this year. If we're going to look back at wide receiver, we always love Brandon Ayuk if he someone makes it to us. So we'll just see. We'll see how this room falls. I like our start so far, though. Hopefully we get Davis back soon. So didn't love any of the running backs in that range. Looks like we got Davis back. What up, Davis? Can you hear me? Looks like we are having some technical difficulties.
Yeah, I can hear you
with Davis. Okay, sweet.
Yeah, I can hear you. Sorry, dude. It's really bad.
That's okay. So we ended up missing out. I was planning on taking either Jameer, Jacobs, or Ramondre. All of them got sniped. So ended up going with the DJ Moore, Justin Fields little stack right there at the back end. And we'll focus at running back on our next pick. How does that sound to you?
I think in that case, I probably would have gone maybe Harris in this one and just gone like either more Harris. Because I feel like you get, especially in these later rooms, it has nothing to do with like, is it good? It's just I don't trust a lot of the last August draft of running backs. Like the running back run hits, and then you're stranded.
It's very true.
And I think that's the hard part. Like I've been stranded a lot trying to push my RBs. Like I know, like you've drafted 134 of these up until now, right? And then plus your regulars.
Yep.
We kind of had like a nice little motion, a nice little groove of getting players, and then when the casuals come in, it's like Dameon Pierce round 4. You know, like, you're like, oh, like I wasn't expecting that. I was at a draft for Mark Andrews. It was pick 13.
Mark Andrews pick 13. Jesus Christ!
I was completely confused. Like, yeah, exactly right. I was like, well, I wasn't planning for this. You know.
Well, okay, maybe. I mean, if that sort of running back run does happen, and we're stranded, maybe we could just go like, just super heavily invest in the wide receiver room. If Jerry Jeudy falls to pick 60, we could just tap on him there.
Yeah,
I mean, Jerry Jeudy, he should come back by what, like week 5?
Yeah, I think he'll be probably back by week 4 or 5, back to full strength, maybe like week 7 if he plays just if he gets healthy.
Yeah, and then. Well, we have AJ Brown, CeeDee Lamb, DJ Moore to kind of like float him through those first few weeks of the season, first half of the year.
So sorry, I've been in and out on this. I was actually going to ask you, how do you feel about like tight ends, elite tight ends? Do you take them?
My favorite range of tight ends is like the 7th, 8th round, because that's where like Kyle Pitts, Dallas Goedert fall. And I think we're able to get them at such a discount that I like drafting those guys a little bit later. And then if I miss out on the Kyle Pitts, Dallas Goedert range, I'm clicking Pat Fryermuth almost every single time.
That's exactly what I do. That's 100% what I do. I was like, oh, cool. We're on the same page on this one. I take some Hawk because Hawk was kind of like a balanced discount. But like, dude, I do the Goddard pick and like Goddard Pat F like all day. It's like 100%.
Yeah, it feels so good getting those guys.
Would you double tap RB here? I would. I feel like no one never double taps RB. I feel like we have that ingrained in us not to do that.
Yep.
But if we're afraid of an RB run because we're on the butt end again, let's say we grab one of these guys. Like I really doubt we get Akers at 80. Like you're probably stuck with like James Conner. Right? I have a ton of James Conner, but I don't push James Conner onto people. I don't go like, see, like this is going to be a good RB2 for you. I think like
let's see, where's our next two picks? Our next two picks are 84, 85.
Yeah.
84,
so we're probably
85.
looking at like Montgomery, Connor, James Cook,
Kamara, Swift. Where's James Cook? James Cook's getting pushed up 74.6. Ooh, Jerry Jeudy is so intriguing here.
Yeah, we could be set at wide receiver, but up to you. Dealer's choice on this. I would say either Jeudy or double RB. Like that's RBs I would take for sure.
Those are my three picks. I think I want Jeudy on this team.
Okay.
Jeudy at pick 60 feels kind of wild. And then let's go Dameon Pierce. Just because that feels like that feels like a pretty strong start. I mean, I could have grabbed J.K. Dobbins as well with Dameon Pierce, but Jerry Jeudy at this discount, like he's gonna. I have the Denver Broncos being a playoff team this year. So Jerry Jeudy in the back half of the season could go off. And as our wide receiver 4, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah,
but, okay.
Your sheet right now, because I can actually finally open it up on my side. But yeah, like Judy's gonna be. So I think this is the other part that people kind of get this wrong too. It's they'll look at someone and say, well, he's gonna give me 0, and like factually, you're right. He's gonna give you 0 for a few weeks, but your team is gonna have like a 0 in the flats, and this is what you were talking about a lot with your when we were debating. It was like, hey man, like I'm gonna have a guy that floats in, and that's true. Like I agree with you 100%. Like someone's gonna float in and just cover it. So you maybe instead of calling it 0, you just say I have a -2 that week. I got 10 or 13, not 15, right? Like, and that's cool. Like that doesn't hurt. That's a drop in the bucket over like 44 weeks. That's like 8 points that you're missing out. So
yeah.
So I think the Jeudy pick makes sense. Like Judy's like a lot of my team's wide receiver 3s, and that's your 4. Like how strong it's gonna look in like week 8. It looks so good in week 8. It's gonna be hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, getting Jeudy at pick 60 that's by far the latest I mean, there were some drafts where I was drafting at like pick like 36, like back end of the 3rd round. Be able to get him at the back end of the 5th. That makes our team super unique already. So we will see. We got lucky with the AJ Brown, CD Lamb at the back end too.
This is as strong as it gets, and separate bye weeks too, so you're not even playing any differently.
Yeah, exactly. Like this team already feels pretty solid. We just need to fill out the running back room, and for whatever JSN or Addison fall, I think that we could just be like done at wide receiver after we grab those 5.
I mean, I'd be probably,
and then we could just go like 8 running backs.
I would more likely want to double tap just to like balance the roster, because I don't want to use a bunch of RB2s, like Dylan, Gibson, like Robinson, Harris. They're all back. They're all like in like handcuff situations, and I would feel really weird if they were my 2s. I mean, you still have a shot at like Connor, Swift is another 2, like White. I think you want some. I can get at least 10 points on a weekly kind of guys.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
okay, I agree. Oh, okay.
This is such a heavy team. It's so much fun.
I know. Yeah, this is a lot of fun. I mean, we could click on Pitts, but I agree that we should double tap running back here. If Jackson Smith and Jigba falls, oh man, it would. Like everything in my soul is just like screaming at me to draft Jackson Smith and Jigba if he falls to pick 84.
He's gonna be so good at week 15, 16, and 17. He's gonna be so
good. He's gonna be so good. All right, there he goes. Thank you for taking Jackson Smith and Jigba RKFD, because I wanted to double tap running back. That would probably feel the best. My favorite guy of these 5 is probably Kamara, just for like his scoring, but that's as our RB2, that doesn't feel great. I like Montgomery a lot here. Kamara got taken. Okay.
I probably would like Montgomery Connor just to like get some touches, just touches.
I agree. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and tap Montgomery Connor.
I really like your Brandon Cooks lineup too, but I feel like since you already have Lamb, it's kind of whatever.
Yeah, I agree. So, all right, we've got a pretty solid RB room now to pair with our absolutely fire wide receiver room. This is shaping up pretty nicely. Let's see. Maybe we because we have AJ Brown, maybe we just tap on Kyler later and have the Kyler Justin Fields quarterback room.
That's a tough one, man. Because right now with the Cardinals doing what they're doing, like, do we think they are even gonna even use
Freiermuth
Kyler?
where to go? Did Freiermuth get
That
taken?
sounds weird. Like, I don't know if they.
Oh, Freiermuth got taken 76. Sorry, go ahead. Say that one more time.
I was gonna say, like, with all the moves the Cardinals have made in the last like 2 days, it makes you really skeptical about like using Kyler. Like, I don't know what happens to him this season.
That's true.
I know.
I
We
mean,
just took Connor, but like Connor's already a bring back, so we already have one bring back. I don't know if we need a second.
That's true. I guess we could tap on Russ then later. That would probably feel pretty nice. Russ, what bye week he is? Not week 9 bye week. Playing with Jerry Jeudy. Yeah.
I know that I have that, and I think in your spreadsheet, I don't think you have the Jets too high. Do you? Do you have the Jets?
No, I have the Jets really low.
Yeah. I was like, you probably go Rodgers, but I know it doesn't make sense to your guys. I take a little bit of Rodgers like Lazard just because it's an easy stack up where we're at in the draft a lot. But I also feel like we're probably going to get up another. Yeah, this is like such a strong wide receiver. I don't want to add any wide receivers. How good this is. Like, when you look at
just rocking 4 receivers.
Because like it's like, do they help? And the answer is probably not. Like a lot of wide receivers are not going to help this roster. And
maybe Mims does.
Mims would, right? But like Mims is like
Judy.
60 picks later. Like it's totally.
I know exactly. Yeah, we can just wait.
Also, this is kind of that Justin Fields conundrum. He's a week 13 guy, so there's a lot of quarterbacks you have to just can't take. Well, I guess you could, but it's hard.
The one quarterback I do like to score just a shit ton of points week 17 is Dak Prescott.
Oh, it would stack up.
It would stack up with CeeDee Lamb.
Some people would say that's a lot of capital, but I actually think that's fine. Dak has consistency.
Yeah, Dak does have consistency. Okay, if Dak falls to us, I think we're going to take him there. It makes sense for our team, and it's a week 17 play. Justin Fields should be able to get the job done to get us there, and then I don't like that Chicago-Atlanta week 17 game. That game feels gross to me.
I think we go like Dak Dillon, Dak Robinson, Dak if they're tied. If Pat F was here, that would have been normal. That's with this.
Yeah. Pat F got sniped.
Like I'd be totally cool with Dak Bateman even, and just like really get this like wide receiver room like over the top.
Yeah, I'm not in love with any of the running backs here.
I know you're a Gibson guy, so I get it. I watch, man. I watch. I know you're a Gibson guy. Robinson. You may think I'm not. No, I know. I have them flat. I have them flat. Is why I don't really care either way. But I think like Dak Bateman is like a play here. It just really takes us.
I agree with that. We'll see what GLM does.
Even would be fine.
Okay, I like the Dak Bateman play. That feels pretty nice.
We're talking about 20 round discount. 20 picks. I mean,
let's go ahead and grab Bateman here as our wide receiver 5. This is shaping up to be a real strong roster. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see what else we got.
I think it's pretty good.
What was that?
The cool thing is too, like you could have such a fun room. You could be a 2-6-7-3 team. You could be a 2-7-7-2 team. You could be.
It feels like a 2-6-7-3.
Yeah, this is likely a 2-6-7-3. Like it's gonna be really, really strong. I think this is gonna be totally fine.
Let's focus on Jalen Warren, Tank Bigsby.
I actually don't think we get either of those guys back. That might be.
I don't think so either.
Yeah.
We could go McKinnon, A-Chain for back end of the year. What pick are we going to be at? We're going to be at 132, 133. Jamal Williams would feel okay too.
I'm like a mega Jeff Wilson roster guy, and I'm super panicking right now with Jonathan Taylor
The
news.
JT news, yeah.
They
It's a
offered
little bit scary.
apparently they offered a second round pick for him, and like if that gets taken, like all of my Raheem Mostert, like Jeff Wilson's and A-Chain's just gonna go out the window, like completely. So like,
Oh man,
that one.
I have a pretty decent amount of Jeff Wilson. I wasn't drafting a ton of Mostert. Maybe that's a mistake. Ooh, Marvin Mims at 117.
Yeah, it's just.
Oh, that's his wide receiver 2. That's crazy.
Yeah, dude, that guy's paying the rake, man. There's no way. Like, so at least we know we finish at least 11th or higher. Like, we're cool. We're set. We're at least 11th or higher. What? This guy had 3 quarterbacks?
He has 3 quarterbacks. He went Jalen Hurts, Lamar Jackson. Oh, let me pull this one up.
Daniel Jones.
He went Jalen Hurts, Lamar Jackson, Daniel Jones, and then the Dallas Goddard, Pat Freiermuth.
We're at least 10.
At least. Everyone on our team could get hurt, and we'll still finish in 10.
We'll still finish 10. Like, we're totally fine. You know, it's funny. That actually happened once. Me and I drafted with Felix, the DK champ. And like literally, like entire roster got hurt at all the parts of the season. We still finished 3rd. And like we went into like week 14 with like not even a full roster. Like, we barely missed. We missed by like 8 points. Think about like everybody that got hurt last year. They were on our team. Like we're talking like
that's crazy.
Mike Williams, like it was bad. Carson Wentz, like every single person on our team got hurt. And we got 3rd, and we barely missed it too. It was really funny.
That's unreal.
So, like,
wow.
So
you built your team the right way.
You could be right. You could be right. We can literally all get hurt and not finish last. Like we'll be okay.
That's incredible. I love that. Okay, so all of the guys that we did want got taken, but we will survive. Don't hate Damian Harris here.
Yeah, I'm leaning Damian Harris. His news in camp right now is obviously like just not good. You're getting him 20 picks against the rest of the field. He still has a role. Like he's probably gonna be like an 8 to 12 point guy, which is enough for RB2. Like
exactly.
You need him, and he's a mixture after bye weeks. And he doesn't have like incoming Jonathan Taylor news right now, and he's not like 35.
I like his touchdown upside, and he also has a Week 17 revenge game against the Patriots.
Yeah. So we have that. I also think we grab a tight end. I know we could probably get Schultz. I don't know how you feel about Schultz or how you feel about a lot of these other tight ends.
I don't hate Schultz here. I was going to pitch for Sam Laporta if he was there, but Sam Laporta obviously got taken.
So
I like Schultz.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
I think we can get Schultz and maybe even get Chig on the next bring around and just like double tap we would have a dead week for week 7, but that's week 7. It's not the end of the world. And then we would have them for week 17.
And then we could, this feels like a 3 tight end team. We could also, Jake Ferguson is a week 7 bye too.
We can take him. We can take Juwan.
They're just all week 7.
We have a lot of choices, but
we do have a lot of choices. I like Damian Harris the most out of these running backs here.
Yeah, that's
I feel like he has the most touchdown upside out of those guys. And then, I do like Schultz here. Let's go ahead and get Dalton Schultz. He feels like he could be a pretty nice little security blanket for CJ Stroud. And they paid him a lot of money, so he should be
a lot of money. He's probably the best receiver on the team. Like, I know that sounds weird, people to think that, but do you like Nico? Are you drafting Nico in the top 100s?
I have like maybe 2% Nico Collins. I do have like 17% John Mechie though. I'm a big John Mechie fan.
Yeah, but that makes sense because that's like second round pedigree, 80 picks later. The Texans have given us 0 usable wide receivers last year. The year before it was Brandon Cooks, but even then it was just one guy.
Yeah, it's been pretty rough with the Texans ever since Deshaun left.
Yeah, this is looking good.
This is looking very good.
Yeah, this is I was a little sketchy at first and I missed the picks. I was like, oh god, where are we at? I'm like, okay, but you took over the reins and you crushed it. Yeah,
AJ Brown, CeeDee Lamb feels pretty nice. But okay, let's see where we're at. we're at 2-4-5-1. I think we can kind of go any which way. Wide receiver, running back, or tight end with our next pick. We'll see who falls. Honestly, even if like Colt Snody falls to our next pick, we could stack him up with Justin Fields. Wouldn't feel terrible.
I actually do that, and people hate me for doing that because I say, "Well, like, do you think he can pay?" I'm like, "It's pick 150, Colt Snody. Like, he doesn't have to do a lot to pay. He's the third option on the team, guaranteed third option, right?"
Yeah.
And if we drafted Justin Fields with DJ Moore, we're assuming he's passing at least 28 to 33 times per game, right? Like, that's the assumption.
That is the assumption. So, okay. Yeah. I mean, I think they both can produce. Maybe it's like offsetting weeks and we're just hitting every single week one or the other. So that feels pretty good. Colt Snody also had some tight end 1 weeks last year when Justin Fields was going off down that one stretch.
Yeah, I just think the thing that held back Justin Fields a lot is just because he had just the worst roster, right? Like he did 4 practice squad guys as his like starters. You know, like how bad that is. Like he was using Dante Pettis, man. Like Dante Pettis was like a leading receiver for him.
That's crazy. That is so wild.
Times, you know, like why would you blame him for that? So
yeah, I agree. It's pretty wild. What pick we're gonna be at?
We're 11 up still.
In the next range, I see a few guys that I like. I really like Alec Pierce in this range.
Yeah,
Alec Pierce feels pretty good.
I've been taking more of him. I've put blinders on him for a while, just because I just didn't care about the Colts. But seeing his usage in preseason, he's a wide receiver too. Like you have to like him, right? I guess that makes sense. You have to like that he can get 80 to 100 targets. I think anyone projecting him for less than that is just being a hater, I guess. He's 80 to 100 targets. I think we can agree on that. Like that's where it's
I agree on that.
Too high on the Colts that much, but he's in your 12 zone. But that's probably more to like AR, right, or JT or Pittman. But Pierce is in that boat of I get 80 targets.
So this is an interesting range that we're falling into. I know we just talked about Pierce, but I actually like taking one of these rookie running backs over Pierce because our receiver room is a little bit stronger than our running back room. A lot of it stronger than our running back room. Colt Snody got taken, so we might be able to. Honestly, I'm down to just double tap these 2 running backs and just be done at running back at 6.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I mean, you got 2 contingent upside guys. They're both on the field, and they both looked good in preseason. And this is a need. Like this is a full need. I know people say don't draft for need, but how does Pierce beat our other 5 guys? The answer is probably
exactly.
Like he beats them on week 11 because he beats them on week 7 when they're on bye maybe, but that's about it.
Okay, I like that.
I wish I
had double tap those 2.
Now. He could literally be pretty useful. Him and Kendra.
Yeah. I have a ton of Kendra. I still need more Ty J. Let's go ahead and double tap them. Because Ty J also plays the Texans twice in the playoffs, so there's always that. And then Dontrell Hilliard had like multiple usable weeks last year, and Dontrell Hilliard is, in my opinion, is not anything special. So Ty J Spears looked pretty good in college. Had like 200 rushing yards and like 4 touchdowns against USC in the what bowl did they play in, like the Cotton Bowl or something? But
that should be fun. I'm a good college guy.
Not the biggest college guy, but I do like watching the big teams. So he was phenomenal college. I mean, the one knock against him, why I think he still goes in this range, it's like the whole preseason talk about him not having any ACLs is like scared everybody off, and like I don't think he'll have a very long career just because his knees are going to be killing him all the time. But I think he'll be very productive in the years that he does play. That's my take on him.
You're not wrong. I mean, think about like Jay Ajayi, Todd Gurley, right? They didn't have the longest careers, but they at least had. I mean, I'm not as a Dolphins fan, I actually kind of don't like JJ, but I can at
Mhm.
least say straight out that he did have usable years, right? Like any 1,200 yards, 3 of those games were 600-yard game, 200 yard games for 600 total. But
Mhm.
in best ball, you could have gotten him in like assuming we played back then, round 15, 8, 17, and gotten a starter running back at some point. So like Teje is a contingent play against Derrick Henry.
Mhm.
He's a contingent play of even last year, right? When Derrick Henry didn't play in week 17. And if you got a guy like Teje, it doesn't cost you anything.
It doesn't. It's pretty cheap.
2 ACL, the ACL stuff is like overrated because
I agree.
teams drafted him.
Yeah, on day 2.
Yeah.
You draft him in the 3rd round. So they're going to use him. That's for sure. If for whatever reason Dulcich falls all the way back to us. Okay, there he goes. Jaden Reed falls into that range too. Are there any guys that you're trying to come away from with every single draft in this next range of players?
Darius Slayton is a guy I take a bit of. I take a bit of Matt Collins.
Slayton. Matt Collins too. Okay.
Yeah, Matt Collins. I mean, he would go against our week 17 for our, against our Bears Falcons, I guess, is a play.
Yeah, I mean,
he's a big dude. He's a deep shot kind of guy. He's the 3rd option on this team, maybe 4th option if you think the running backs are getting a lot of targets. I'm not going to argue him that he's a 2nd option on the team, but he's the guy there. Veteran style player, been around the league for a while. Knows how he showed that he could do work.
Yep.
I was taking a couple of Kyron Williams. Right now, I'm taking Kyron Williams. I took some Jordan Mason.
Jordan
round 18s are very spared. I even have Corey Davis, but obviously he retired, which sucks.
Yep. Yeah, that does suck. I had a little bit of him too.
There's a lot of guys that you can get weird with right now. Even Wandale. We just passed up on Wandale. Wandale is a guy that's getting a lot of love in camp right now at the last tail end to make the Giants room even weirder.
Yeah.
Terrence Marshall returns. Jalen Tolbert is a guy going off. I haven't taken any Tolbert, but I know some people are like, what if? What
if he's the one? What if he's the one that you need?
It's just because Gallup is not good right now, dude. Gallup is he's
Is that what the report that's coming out about Gallup?
Which one?
That Gallup is that he's done. Is that the feeling?
I just think that it kind of reminds me of Des Bryant's. Shout out to Des and all them, but Corey Davis, these guys that we're built to be built strong, big dudes, physical players.
Yep.
But 2, 3 injuries, 4, 5 injuries in ACL tears. You're getting older. Your game is about muscling dudes, and you can no longer do it. And it's and then it sucks for them. It's a game. It's a head game for them. So I just maybe you got to get these younger dudes come in. They just take your job. So
very true. Okay, in this next range, anyone that you see that you like, I started the guys that I like. Devontae Parker got taken, but
I would probably grab Hunter Henry for sure.
I like Hunter Henry a lot.
Actually, I think he'd double tap tight end and just be done with it.
Hunter Henry, Dawson Knox.
Yep, just tap him out and be done. Because those tight ends, dude, they vanish super fast. There's no round 18 tight ends now. It's around 15, 16 tight ends, maybe 17, and then you're just out. I think if we look at the tight end room right now, I think you can see it's pretty bare. See.
Taysom Hill, Tyler Conklin, Hayden Hurst, Zach Ertz, Michael Mayer. Yeah, it's pretty.
It gets really gross really fast.
And
I guarantee you, Tyler and Hurst are probably gone, and then you would have been staring at Cole Turner and Kate Allen. Did we need those wide receivers right now when we could likely get them back?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, we'll probably be able to close out our draft with at least 2 of these guys. At least 2 of the guys that we've starred.
Exactly,
for sure. Yeah, but okay, let's try to order these guys real quick. I have my idea for an order. Who do you have as your priority out of these 8 receivers?
I would take Slayton for sure.
Okay, I'm with you there.
Slayton, maybe Hollins. I've been moving.
My 2 would have been Mechie.
Yeah, I would be moving up on Kendrick Bourne lately too.
Kendrick Bourne. I like
I
Kendrick
would put
Bourne.
Mechie over them. I would put Mechie over Bourne, and I would put Mechie probably over Hollins, honestly, at this point.
All right, I'm with you there. Let's go.
So I'm about those 4.
Okay.
Josh Downs is exactly where I would have him. I would have Wandale over Deontay.
I like that too.
And I think Deontay's my bottom. I don't think Deontay has like a real role right now.
I agree. I think. Okay, so what's your opinion on Dalton Kincaid though? Is he going to be the 3 on that team?
I think he's gonna be the 3
targets. Okay,
So,
I'm with you there.
This is gonna be me kicking my Dawson Knox, but I was talking about this with Pat from the Fantasy Dog Pound yesterday. It's like, do you guys understand how injured Dawson Knox is? There's always something. That man, if you look at his injury history and you look at last year till now, it's been like 7 different body parts are hurt. Like my finger, my hamstring, my ribs, my ankle, my leg. Like,
ooh, there goes Matt Collins.
Oh shoot! But that man's always injured, and I'm so scared. Like I think the Bills signaled it to it, like to us as a fan base. Like, hey man, like, is this like Dawson Knox is short term? Like, we paid him a 3-year contract. He's probably gonna get to finish it, and that's it. Kincaid's our guy. Like, I think we get 1 more year of Knox. And I wouldn't be surprised if Knox gets cut next year.
Wow. Okay.
The dude just.
Hey, I can see it.
He got hurt. He's been hurt a lot.
Makes sense.
When they were counting it on the show, I think there was like 7 separate injuries last year, and I think 2 injuries this year.
Wow.
That's
a lot.
Like tight ends get hurt, man. It's the 2nd most injured position in the league.
Behind running backs.
You're behind running backs. Yeah, right. Nobody gets hurt more than a running back. But I think they're on the list, and I think like Knox is a good example of that.
Yeah, I mean, I never looked at it that way, but that makes a lot of sense. I mean, Dawson Knox just kind of like throws his body like into people, and he's a big guy, and like he thinks that his body can take it, but I mean, he's hurt a lot, so that makes sense.
So he's hurt a lot. You know, you're a big dude. How do they tackle big dudes? They slam you to the ground.
Go with the legs.
The knees. They go for your legs. It's rough,
man. It is rough. Okay, so it looks like we're almost on the clock. Hopefully Slayton makes it to us, and that would close out our wide receiver room. Damn, I'm so excited for this team, dude.
It's actually really good.
This team is very exciting.
Probably have the most Texans I've ever had on a team before, though. This is the most amount of Texans I've ever had.
Pierce, Schultz, and then it's got to be Mechie if he falls to us. That's crazy. But hey, I like it.
But here you go. See, Hayden Hurst got taken.
Yep.
What is the tight end room? Like, look at that.
Zach Ertz, Michael Mayer, Noah Fant, K-Dot, and Trey McBride. I actually do like Trey McBride this year.
I think Trey's like
Karen,
fine, but like I don't think we feel better about him than Hunter Henry and like Ferguson and
right. No, definitely not.
Especially with whatever quarterback is going to be there.
Noah Fant, Hayden Hurst. All right, come on, give us Slayton. Slayton would feel really good on this team.
Noah Fant, my boy from last year, though. I tried to take him. Snap share. Someone threw a stat at me. His snap share was like 60% or less. And I was like, yeah, right. That hurts.
I mean, I think Fant will be good this year, though. I think he'll like. It took him a year to learn Pete Carroll's system, and now he's going to be on the field more. But he's going to be fighting for targets. That's for sure.
He has a couple injury issues too, but he's good. He's always
he is good. He's so athletic. All right, let's go ahead and grab Slayton.
We got our guys. This is cool. We got
John Mechie. Right.
I'm hoping
there's our squad. Justin Fields, Dak Prescott at quarterback, Dameon Pierce, Dave Montgomery, James Conner, Damian Harris, Tyjae Spears, Kendrick Miller at running back, AJ Brown, CeeDee Lamb, DJ Moore, Jerry Jeudy, Rashad Bateman, Darius Slayton, John Mechie at wide receiver, and Dalton Schultz, Hunter Henry, and Dawson Knox at tight end. Damn, that is a squad.
I think we nailed the pivotal points really well. The RB room especially. You know, we were talking about how like, no one ever double taps, and we did. We double tapped, and I think that saved this room.
I agree.
If we didn't double tap RBs, at the butt end, I think this team looks a lot worse. And then I have to spend $25 because we would have goofed it up. But that looks like, I guess I think that's just something that I don't know about you, but I know for myself, I was like, I can't take 2 RBs in the same space. I can't take 2 quarterbacks in the same space. Well, but I don't mind doing it for wide receiver, right? Like, and I feel like that was a bad mentality against a lot of positions.
Damn. Okay.
Pre-triple
Okay.
R.
Well, that
Yeah.
was a lot of fun, Davis. I appreciate you taking time out of your day to come on the stream with me. This was a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
Of course, I really appreciate the invite, and sorry for once again, guys. Like, if you're gonna watch this later, the technical difficulties on my side. It's good. I think I just had to restart my computer. I have no idea what's going on.
It happens. It happens. It makes life difficult sometimes, but it's what we got to deal with. But that was a lot of fun, Davis. I think that's going to be it for us today, though. I think that's it for us. Thank you, everybody, for joining the stream. Really appreciate you guys sticking with us. Hope you enjoyed it, and hope you all have a great rest of your Friday. Peace.